Huskies in general are known to be working dogs and pulling sleds for long distances in harsh conditions, and in that sense they have very high energy. And because of this history, they need that energy to be let out. A lot of the times Huskies are known or have a reputation for being destructive because they're just quite frankly bored. They need to be mentally stimulated. So having to exercise them, take them on long walks, kind of tire them out so that way they're less destructive and they're just chilling when they're at home in the house. And exercise in general is usually typical for animals anyway, but for Huskies especially, they are known for being escape artists or tearing things up or just being really destructive. So the least way to do that and avoid that is to bring them out, take them for long walks, and just exercise them. And they love being outside, don't you girls? Seva? Yeah, she's not even listening to me. She's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. So today we are at Castaways Park. This is their first time here. As you can see, they're very much into exploring mode and sniffing everything that they can right now. They've never been here before. Normally when they're at home, they're just chilling next to us. When we're in the office working or we're in the kitchen, they're super chill. But when they get to go outside, they release so much energy and they get super excited to leave the house. So another challenge that we run into, especially with these girls, they get super excited when they see other dogs. Treats are always a motivating factor to try and keep them still, and it's a work in progress to try and train them not to react when other dogs walk by. They're doing a little better, but still a lot of work to be done. Look at Miss Seva. She's in exploring mode. She's like sniffing everything that she can. Slow down, girl. A good tip is if you ever take your dogs on a walk or a trail, this is our first time here, so we weren't familiar with what the trail was like, but this is paved obviously, and if the weather gets hotter, you don't want dogs burning their paws, so always check the temperature. It's still cool enough outside, so I think it's tolerable for them, but as the day goes on, oops. We got a rider coming through, guys. Come here. Okay, so yeah, as the day goes on, you want to make sure that the temperature doesn't get too hot on the concrete or the paved road so it doesn't burn their paws to protect them. Otherwise, a dirt trail is probably more preferred. Right? Come on, Seva. I struggle with leash pulling, and I have to use, as you guys can see here, I have to be kind of taut with them, otherwise they'll keep going. Husky Seva. Good Seva, good girl. Using treats is a good motivator for her to stay next to me in the heel position. Good girl, Seva. Good girl. Good job, girl. Yes. Cassie. Cassie. What I'm gonna do now is let go of the leash and see if they stay next to me where they're supposed to be. Cassie, provided I have the treats. Cassie, yes, good girl. So this is a constant work in progress for them. See, Seva's already getting ahead. Seva, good girl, yes, good girl. Good job, girls. Good, Seva, good girl. So they came right next to me, but Seva's walking a little bit ahead like she always does. Seva. Yes, good girl. She gets a little bit ahead. And it'll only be with treats. As soon as she's done chewing, she'll start walking off. Seva, unless I call her. Always a work in progress. Cassie, good girls. Constantly a work in progress with these two. There she goes. Seva, good girl. This one's super treat motivated. So constantly work with them as long as you reinforce that. This is okay for me, but they're still pulling, and I like to have them on my heel side. Have patience and always work with them as best as you can. Otherwise, if they don't have structure, they're just gonna be pulling me like crazy. See, if I let them go a little bit, they'll just go. Hot girls. You can tell right now, they're panting a little bit. They've got some good walk, longer than what they're used to, hey? Good girl. Cassie's really panting. Probably need to get them water. The weather's getting a little bit warmer. And I think it's just because they've never been here before. Their brains are like on overdrive right now, just seeing everything that's out there. And they just want to keep exploring. So this is a good sign that they'll be a little tired and tuckered out by the time we get back home. So we're gonna truck on and keep walking. Come on, girls. Let's go. So that pretty much wraps up the trail. We didn't realize it was going to be so short. Nevertheless, exercise in general is really good for animals. It just keeps them content, mentally stimulated, and a well-rested puppy. But Huskies specifically, because they are known to be working dogs, they have a lot of pent-up energy. And I think with exercise, regular exercise daily, helps take a lot of that pent-up energy out and release that, because that pent-up energy could essentially lead to a lot of destructive behavior, the chewing, the escaping, the digging, and those are things we want to avoid, right? If it's a happy dog parent. So I think the takeaway is just be sure that you keep your dogs well exercised and mentally stimulated, and everybody will be happy. So that wraps it up for today, and maybe we'll take you guys out on the next one when they do their next exercise. See ya.